Hiya, this is Bad Influence, and in this week's programme, I'll be looking at some software that lets you perform amazing stunts and shoot your own action movie.
And I'll be dancing with the Vivi, the latest in puppet technology.
Our main review this week is Streets of Rage 2 on the Mega Drive. Sega's answer to Street Fighter 2?
Mario Paint is launched in Britain this Saturday, the first console paint package with a mouse. It runs on the SNES, costs about 60 quid and can do loads of different things. I'll show you. As well as doing all the usual things you'd expect, like different size brushes down here, you can even have the Mario characters. So I could choose the mushrooms and fill up this cat's tummy with mushrooms. As well as that, there's some really ingenious ways of clearing the screen. All of these are ways of clearing the screen, including this rocket, goodbye cat, and you can get that back again, and this one, which makes it all sort of fade away. As well as that, there are all sorts of animations you can do. I'm going to do a 9-frame animation. I've already started it, as you can see. And what I want to do is put a few more cats in, I think. So I find a little cat, and I'm going to put him in here at the top of the sky, falling down a little bit more, and then falling down at the bottom. Now, to get that to play, all I do is click on animation. I can change the speeds by clicking on the buttons at the top here. That's going very fast, and have music. I do think it's raining cats and dogs. Actually, I compose this music myself using this package. To show you that, click on the keyboards, and we should get to the music package. This is actually what the tune you just heard looks like as I wrote it down. But if I clear that, I can just show you all the things at the top here represent different noises. So you've got Mario and mushrooms, all these, some very silly noises as well. And you get a different pitch depending on where you put them in the stave. So you can go all the way up the stave and get really high notes, and you can also add other notes to harmonise them. So we have a Yoshi harmonising, and I think a star. The star's a nice one. So I've written this great masterpiece. You can play it to see what it sounds like. And Mario comes and, oh, it sounded awful. Actually, I prefer the preset ones that are already in there, and this one's my favourite. Not bad, eh? When you've done your stuff, you can save one animation, one painting, and one piece of music to the cartridge, because it's got a battery backup in it. But any more than that, you have to play them and record them on your VCR recorder at home.
Mario music in a Berlin style. Our main review this week is Streets of Rage 2 on the Mega Drive, a bit like a scrolling version of Street Fighter 2 with the memory capability to match. This is Sega's first 16 megabit cartridge. 16 million bits of information are in there. Axel and Blaze from the original are still in the new version, but they've been joined this time by two mates, Max and Skate. Here's Sarah with her thoughts.
This is excellent. It's fast and very playable with brilliant music. The aim of the game is to clean up all the streets and beat up all the baddies. This is Blaze. She's got some pretty good manoeuvres. She's the best. Some of these manoeuvres, like the swing kick, are brilliant for people far away. That knee shot's my favourite. Oh, brilliant, they're all ganging up on me now. So the swing kick comes back into play. It's much faster than the original Streets of Rage. Everyone compares this to Street Fighter 2, but it's not really that fair, because they're very different games. There's a head-to-head feature, which is excellent. You can pick any of the 4 characters, and you can even play a character against itself. Here, Max plays Max, dressed in different coloured clothes to avoid confusion. This is one of the best games I've ever played. I give it full marks. It's great fun.
This is an excellent game, especially if you've got somebody else to play it with. The only thing that lets it down are the graphics, which just aren't detailed enough.
The graphics are excellent, and all the characters move really well. I love this game.
And so the final scores for Streets of Rage 2, the boys gave it 4 out of 5, and the girls thought it was even better. They gave it 5 out of 5.
Pay attention, slimy furtlers. This is a very long and complicated cheat for Batman on the links, so I'm going to have to do it very, very quickly. At the title screen, press up 8 times, down 12 times, left 15 times, right 19 times, and option 1 27 times.
Then press A or B to start the game.
Now, when you pause, option 1 will let you skip levels, and option 2 will make Batman invincible. Hey! Eternal life for only 82 keystrokes. Next week I'll show you how to make Sonic the Hedgehog go green with a mere 423 button pushes. Good, innit?
Latest information from Space Station indicates need for Thunderbird 2 carrying Pod 5. And
Right, Scott. Okay, Virgil. Brains, you heard him.
We're on our way, Father.
In the days when Thunderbirds were go, Scott, Virgil and Brains were the very latest in puppet technology. The characters' heads are larger than they should be because there's a clever mechanism inside which moves their lips in time to the words.
Okay, Scott. Be careful.
But as you can see, things have come a long way since then. This is the Vivi Elder, soon to be the all-singing, all-dancing, all-computerised star of a new movie called Zagusa. His creators, 2 expert puppeteers, have brought life to a gallery of famous characters. Mike Quinn on the computers, and in the Vivi, David Barclay.
Oh, it's hot in there.
I bet it is.
Oh, excuse me, I'll just go and get changed.
Okay, catch you later. Now, I take it that David isn't actually the computerised animatronic bit of it.
No, indeed. He is just inside the suit, performing all the limbs and the actual head movements. But all the facial features are controlled by the Puppeteer Motion Memory computer system. And there are about a dozen movements in here altogether. And they're controlled by servo motors, which are radio transmitted into the head to move things like the jaw and the lip and the eyes.
But how do you get the movements into the computer?
Ah, good question. Well, if you could hold that
Right.
for me, I'll just show you. What we do is we puppeteer in the moves. For example, this is the mouth control. Hello, I am the Vivi Elder. And I'll play that back. Hello, I am the Vivi Elder. Set that into record, and we're now recording the eyebrows as the lip sync is playing back. So he's saying, hello, I am, whatever it was he was saying. Run them both together, and as you can see, channels 1, 2, 3, and 4 are actually running the mouth. Channels 5, 6, and 7 are actually running the eyebrows.
So why do you need to do it this way?
Well, the good thing about using this computer system is one puppeteer could program in all the features of the face, back at base, store it on floppy disk in the computer, and then the floppy disk can go anywhere in the world with your perfect take that is programmed back at base.
And here's that system in action.
Sorry, Cryroot. Vivi needs you to make more healing magic. So much healing for Vivi Elder to do. Always.
A few light years from Thunderbirds, really, isn't it? What do you think, Brains?
Well done, fellas.
Yippee!
Thank you, Brains. You may have read in the papers recently about computer games and epilepsy and how one can cause the other, and the Sun even went so far as to print this pretty scary headline, Nintendo killed my son. Well, is it all true then, or a lot of media hype? Let's find out. This is Avril Stewart from the British Epilepsy Association. Welcome to Bad Influence.
Hello.
A better group of people to comment I cannot think of. But first, tell us, what is an epileptic fit? What happens?
Well, the brain just stops doing what it normally does. It can be triggered, of course, by different things. It can be triggered by flashing lights, or it can be triggered by lack of food, hunger, boredom. But in this particular instance, it's triggered by the television screen flashing at a particular rate.
It's got nothing to do with whether it's got a computer game on it or not?
No, not at all. It's the flicker rate on this particular screen.
Right. Can you catch it from a television screen?
No, definitely not. You have to have already that inbuilt susceptibility. Your brain has to be able to be sensitive to this particular thing.
So if you are, and you want to obviously limit the chances of having a seizure, what can you do?
Well, you could use a small screen, as we're looking at the moment. You can make certain that you play the games in a brightly lit room. Don't play it too often or when you're tired. And if it's at all possible, use perhaps a small screen like this.
That's an LCD screen?
Yes.
Because that one doesn't flicker?
That's right.
Yeah, there's also one other thing that I was fascinated to learn, was that you can help yourself with one of these, can't you?
Yes, exactly.
Why is that?
If the brain doesn't receive the messages from both eyes, it can't have a seizure. It has to have both pictures.
OK, so then play in a bright lit room, use a small screen, sit well back, and don't play if you're overtired. And if you are subject to epilepsy, maybe an eye patch will help you. Thank you very much indeed, Avril. Now for the rest of this week's news. Tetris has a companion on the Game Boy now. It's called Wordtris. This time the falling blocks have letters on them, and you have to make up words. It's just as compelling as the original, and even more of a brain teaser. There's also a SNES version available in the US, but no plans to release either version over here yet.
Wouldn't you like one machine that can play any game, whatever the format? Well, this is what it might look like. It's called the Games Master. Not a very memorable name, but if it ever did come about, it would cause a sensation. We're told that the first demo versions will be available early autumn, so watch this space.
Yesterday, the new President of the United States, Mr. Bill Clinton, took office. God bless you, Mr. President, sir. And today, you can try your hand at his job with a new PC simulation, Shadow President. It's pretty powerful stuff. You play the most powerful politician on Earth. Your decisions will shape the future of millions. Only you can decide whether to start a war or feed the starving.
I'll be with you in a tick, Furtlers. There's been a random spate of shed breaking, so I'm just rigging up my burglar alarm. It works like this. This piece of string runs across the ceiling, over and down this pulley, and holds up this dangly sausage. Now, when the unsuspecting burgly dude opens the door, the dangly sausage descends into his or her line of sight. Then, the burgly dude rushes forward, enticed by the sausage, then hey presto, stands on this electronic detection mat. Now this is wired up by laser, fibre optic, data stream, megabit to this device, which ascertains the height, weight, fingerprints and trouser size of the villain and sets off these alarms. It can't go wrong. I feel completely safe. Now, this is a cheat for Lolo 2 on the NES. Simply enter this code, VQTD, and you'll jump straight to the end of the game and a confrontation with Monster King of the Castle. Burgly dudes! Burgly dudes! Something heavy, something heavy. Right, burgly dudes! Bye!
And now for some more games reviews. First, meets the fearless Max, a bold new hero on the Game Boy. He's a space child with a mission to boldly save the universe. Journey with him as he visits different planets to boldly rid them of their evil invaders. Hooray! Sorry. Here's Adam.
I don't usually like this kind of platform game, but this one's not bad. It's got some great gameplay and some nice graphical touches. These enemies here can jump over bullets, so you've got to get the timing so that they land on top of them. The platform's too high to jump to, so you have to use the telescopic sucker pack to catch onto it. You go a bit further through the level, and there's a gap in the floor. Not if I was to fall through it, like that. A rocket pack starts up, allowing you 7 seconds of flight to get out. I'd probably buy this game. It's very well done, even if it is a little bit on the easy side.
I like this, it's sweet. It's a nice little platform game with a good challenge. It's worth getting.
I like the main character, and the gameplay is very good. There's some really nice ideas in this.
And the scores for Max. The boys gave it an average score, 3 out of 5, but the girls liked it a bit more than that and gave it 4 out of 5.
Next, it's Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally. Meet Me, a platform game in classic Warner Brothers cartoon style. Meet Me, here's Emma.
I love the cartoony effects on this game, and it looks and sounds brilliant. To get up these hills, you can use one of your buttons and it makes you go faster, but you do waste a bit of your energy. You can collect little 500s which go around. They give you extra points. I'd definitely buy this. It's a lovely game to play and it's lovely to watch.
There's some excellent graphic scenes in this game, and the ideas are good, but I wouldn't buy it as I got bored of it too quickly.
I'm sorry, I just don't find this playable. It looks good, but it is a bit dull.
And the scores for Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally, the boys gave it 3 out of 5, and the girls liked it a bit better. They gave it 4 out of 5.
This is Stunt Island. It's a new flight sim from Disney, but with a difference. You can play it in 2 ways. You can either be a stunt pilot or a movie director. I'll be a director in a minute, but first, I am stunt pilot Cobra, off to see the stunt coordinator.
Okay, Cobra. Congratulations, you made it to the show.
Thank you, sir. Now I've got to choose from 32 different stunts. Now, don't fancy that one much, or that one. This is the one for me. This is a Barnstorm.
Cakewalk. See you when you're done.
I'll see you when you're done. Now, all I have to do is take a plane through a barn.
Quiet on the set.
Got 8 cameras shooting this, and if I manage to complete the stunt successfully, I'll show you how I can edit the film afterwards. Okay, here's the front of the barn. Dip the nose, down, up, through, and out the other side.
Great flying, kid.
Ah, you're welcome. No trouble at all, sir. Okay, so that's the stunt successfully performed.
Oh.
Now I can make my directorial debut. Here we go. Let's just take this in here. Replace the existing scene. Oh, yes, because the previous pilot was awful. On the left is a screen that will show you all the different shots that your 8 cameras had, and on the right is the screen where you record it while you're editing your film. Now, I haven't got the time to do that properly, but I'll just show you the 8 different shots that I had. That's the shot from me, the pilot. Number 2 was the spotter plane that was directly behind me. Number 3 was a camera right in front of the plane. Number 4 was a wide shot that was way out in the distance, and you can see the plane approaching the barn. There's a camera inside the barn waiting for the plane, and one outside as it comes out. There's a wide shot there from high in the sky, and camera 8 was the shot of the combine harvesters. So I've done my stunt and I've edited that sequence, but for the next scene of my movie, I fancy a different location. Well, don't worry, because Stunt Island's got loads. You see, you can shoot your movie on any one of 34 different locations on Stunt Island. Now, let's see if you can guess which one I've chosen here. Well, if I zoom in a bit, you might have a better idea of guessing. No, you don't know? All right, well, how about if I tilt it round? That might make life a bit easier for you. Hang on. Yep, guessed it now. That's right, Stonehenge, but I think it's looking a bit boring, actually, so I'm going to add a couple of things to it, and there's loads you can choose from. 800 different props in this software. Structures, yes, what kind of structures are there on offer here? We've got Alcatraz Island, you can have a bank, baseball field. What do I fancy? How about a circus tent? There we are. Let's have the circus tent. And where shall we place that? Right in the middle of Stonehenge. Not sure what kind of a movie I'm going to shoot there. If you take a bit of time and make full use of all the props and the sound and the visual trickery that this software can do, you can knock together some really good movies. Cop an eye full of this.
Remember, slimy furtlers, safety first. I might look stupid, but when you're a stunt techie, it pays to be prepared. Do not attempt this stunt at home. Here we go. Right. There. Right. This is a cheat for SimCity on the Amiga. If you want to get an extra $10,000 anywhere in the game, simply type in fund. Shift and fund. But be careful, because if you do it more than 5 times, you'll cause an earthquake. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh dear. Oh dear. So remember, safety first.
If you really do want to put safety first, my advice is not to go anywhere near Namrud. If you want to read the data blast, set your video recorder now. Last week's competition was to win a copy of this brilliant game Road Rash 2 and one of these nifty leather jackets. The names of the lucky winners are revving across the bottom of the screen now. The question was, which science fiction author invented the 3 laws of robotics? And the answer was Isaac Asimov.
This week's competition prize is a Mario paint and a SNES. And the question, if you're a budding Picasso, is, who painted the Mona Lisa? Answers on a postcard or stuck down envelope to the usual Bad Influence address to reach us by next Monday, please.
Oh, Andy, I didn't know you could paint.
Yeah, but I just can't get the smile right, Violet.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.